Nageshwaran Palmer, Vice President of the Boulder County campus of Front Range Community College. It is with great pride that the faculty and the staff of the Boulder County campus and Front Range Community College welcome you to our 2022 commencement ceremony. At this time, please remain standing for our national anthem, sung by our own campus security and preparedness staff member, Jackie Trujillo.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free?
Good evening, I'm Andy Dorsey, I'm the president of Front Range Community College. And this week marks the inaugural reading of Front Range Community College's Land Acknowledgement Statement. Front Range Community Colleges acknowledges with respect that the lands that our campuses occupy are the ancestral and traditional homelands of numerous indigenous people. The Apache, Arapaho, Cheyenne, Comanche, Hopi, Kiowa, Lakota, Shoshone, Ute, and Zuni are among at least 48 contemporary, diverse, and vibrant Native nations that have been and continue to be a part of the recent history of the lands that make up the state of Colorado. As we speak these words of acknowledgement, our intention is to recognize the ties that those Native nations have to their traditional homelands, while also recognizing our responsibilities as an institution that is the beneficiary of that land. We must also acknowledge the painful histories and the magnitude of inequities that Native Americans and indigenous people continue to experience to this day. While we cannot expect the descendants living today to forgive or forget what has happened, we can offer a promise to remember the past and a pledge to forge a new path forward to treat our tenure in these lands with respect. Thank you.
It is now my pleasure to introduce you to our college leadership and our special guests. Administrators and guests, please stand as I introduce you. Carla Stein, Dean of Student Affairs. Mary Lee Geary, Dean of Instruction. Deborah Craven, Dean of Instruction. Sarina Vargas Vega. President of the Student Government Association. Patty Arroyo, Vice President of Finance and Administration. Goodman, Vice President of the Laramie County Campus. Dr. Tricia Johnson, Vice President of the Westminster Campus. Wayne Anderson, FRCC Area Advisory Council member. Richard Garcia, State Board for Community Colleges and Occupational Education. And finally, the President of Front Range Community College, Andy Dorsey. Please also join me in thanking our friends of Front Range Community College. These are our community partners and leaders who have joined us this evening to celebrate this very wonderful occasion. If you are a friend of FRCC, please rise so that you may be recognized for your contribution to our community. Please rise. Thank you. Also, please welcome Dory LaJeunesse and Julie Wood, our American Sign Language interpreters. At this time, I'm pleased to welcome Richard Garcia, State Board for Community Colleges and Occupational Education, 2nd District Representative, to offer us a few words of wisdom.
Buenas noches. Good evening. On behalf of the State Board for Community Colleges, welcome and congratulations. When you chose to make community college a part of your lifelong education process, you joined the ranks of some of the most successful people in America. Community college alumni have gone on to become leaders in medicine, business, entertainment and the arts, governors and senators, and even the Speaker of the U.S. House of Representatives. And I would like to add that we also have the First Lady of the United States that teaches in a community college. Education is not about a career. Education is the first step in a long process of personal growth. Compassion, courage, and critical thinking will serve you well as you face the tough issues of the world today. Some of you will go on to four-year universities and some into the workforce. No matter where you go, keep your eyes open to the world around you. Always see in others what they are capable of becoming and being. Show them the good that can come from a great education. Show them, above all, that they can do it too. Civil rights legend Harriet Tubman said, "Every great dream begins with the dreamer." Always remember you have within your strength the patience and passion to reach for the stars to change the world. This is my challenge to you. Never stop learning. As your education begins to open doors for you, know that you have it within you to do what it takes to make the world a better place. And as Cesar Chavez said, sí se puede. You can do it. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, Board Member Garcia. We are here this evening, as you know, to honor our Boulder County campus graduates. This is an event that everyone campus looks forward to all year. We cherish the opportunity to recognize the hard work, the dedication, and the achievements of our graduating students. Students, congratulations on your success, and thank you for choosing Front Range Community College as your educational home. Now, as you embark on your next wonderful adventure, I want you to know that we, along with everyone else here, are so proud of you. When you succeed in what you do, we all succeed. Let's give our graduates a big round of applause. Professors and staff members, would you please rise? Thank you for your hard work, your passion, your commitment to excellence, your enthusiasm, the thought that you put into educating your students even after the class has ended each day, the hours and hours that you spend listening to your students and helping them overcome their barriers, the care that you take in speaking to them and encouraging them. I have never been at a college where the staff and the faculty care so much about their students. This is indeed a special place. Graduates, please take a moment to give the staff and the faculty the applause that they deserve. Thank you. Community colleges are singular among universities of higher learning. They do not exist in every country. They certainly do not exist in the country that I come from, India. More than most universities in the world, they bring together people of all different backgrounds, perspectives, identities, to share a space together, whether it is on a campus, whether it is online, or whether it is in our wonderful high schools. Community colleges are dedicated to learning and access. The classes that are taught here are taught by experts in their fields. The staff who come to work here bring their exceptional backgrounds because of their dedication to service. The collective mission of everyone is to create a sense of belonging and acceptance, where every voice is heard and every voice is honored. Speaking of voices, we have a special tradition here on the Boulder County campus. We use the commencement ceremony to highlight the voices of our graduates, our students, our alumni, our master teachers, our community partners, and our campus leadership. This evening, we have asked many of these people to come and speak about their experiences and share their thoughts about their time at Front Range Community College.
I'm a perfectionist. I don't like making mistakes of any kind, and I always have to uphold a positive image. And this also means that I always have to seem like I'm doing okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is Audrey Howard. Thank you all for coming tonight to celebrate the class of 2022. From a very young age, I have always received great accolades from the people around me. Oh, she's so nice, so smart, she's such a great kid. As a child, I took from that people like me for the good things that I do, and I should always perform my highest and do my best. And that's how I will get people to like me. I really want everyone to like me and approve of me. And I know that's not realistic and very unhealthy, but it seemed to work if I walked into a room with an upbeat attitude, put a smile on my face, and powered through the day. It became an endless cycle of pushing my emotions away to the point where even I didn't know what I was feeling. Thankfully, Front Range provided me with a support system and the courage to confront and process my emotions in a healthy way. I stopped running from feeling what I needed to feel. Front Range is a place where my experiences matter, and I am heard and validated as a human being. And in this safe environment, sharing my experiences got significant weight off my shoulders, and I was able to connect with people on a whole new level. When I graduated high school in 2020, yes, 2020, Front Range wasn't even remotely on my radar. I was originally going to attend Northern Arizona University in Flagstaff, but the week before I was supposed to leave, I got the email saying all my classes were going to be online. I did some rethinking. Yeah, screw it. I'll just go to Front Range. Little did I know, my life would change for the better. I would get to embrace the complexity of life, and I would get to call this place home. Front Range taught me that life is more than just the happy parts, and sometimes the most meaningful moments in life are not happy. And that's okay, because every experience contributes in some regard to who I am and what I can offer. In the fall, I will be transferring to Colorado State University to continue my degree in psychology with hopes of helping people. I want to be there for people the way so many have been for me, because I have experienced feeling invisible, alone, belittled, and even though these experiences are hurtful, they gave me a superpower. And that superpower is the chance to be vulnerable. Through being a source of reassurance and support to someone else who may be experiencing what I have, I can help them. There is no true connection without vulnerability. I've made some of the greatest connections here because I was willing to share my story. Sometimes, the best thing you can do is show your more vulnerable side. Not only could it be most helpful for you, but also for the people around you. And vulnerability truly only requires a small amount of pain for a little bit, that ounce of fear beforehand. But then afterward, you are much more fulfilled than you were before. So be willing to put yourself out there, be vulnerable, and know that you are not alone. Thank you and congratulations to the class of 2022.
As a high school dropout, I never expected to be in a position to speak to a community as hardworking and dedicated as Front Range. I am Maxwell Stevens, and I would not be on this stage tonight if it was not for the tireless work of those in the Front Range community. Every one of us has a unique path, a path we had to follow to be here today. And while no two paths are the same, all of us who made it here likely had one thing in common. People who encouraged us to be the best versions of ourselves. People who challenged us to think in new ways, and people who inspired us to keep pushing forward despite our obstacles. So many people in this community have helped me become someone who can not only survive, but thrive in college. From my excellent professors and fellow students to everyone in the Success Center, you made me look forward to every day. And for that, my friends, I am forever grateful. Who unfortunately passed away on November 7th, 2021, after a hard-fought battle with cancer. My mom is my biggest supporter, and I cannot express what her encouragement and gratitude meant to me. She showed me that we could all positively impact those around us. So I encourage you all to be that force for good in people's lives. You may be the one to give that little push to someone who needs it, and you may just help this person get in a position to help others. And if we all do this, we can make the world just a little better for us all. After all, Many of us needed only that tiny push to discover our true potential. Front Range has given us all here tonight the tools to unlock our best selves and help others do the same. So I again say thank you to each and every member of Front Range for building a community where a high school dropout can walk down the path of academic success. Let's continue to make the world a better place. Good night.
I'd like to start off by saying it's a great honor to be standing up here and speaking in front of you all for our first indoors graduation and commencement ceremony since 2019. It was a special day for all of us here. I see proud students, proud professors, and proud administrators. All of us proud for good reason. The past 2 years have been difficult for all of us here in one way or another. Many of us have lost loved ones, endured physical, emotional, and financial hardship, suffered through isolation and uncertainty, and yet here we are today, in spite of our hardship, in celebration of our accomplishments. But I don't believe that I speak only for myself when I say that I couldn't have done it alone. What we're celebrating here today is as much a testament to the strength of our community as it is a demonstration of what we as individuals are capable of. My name is Alex Rodriguez, and I began my studies at Front Range Community College at the age of 32. I was nervous. Though not the type of nervous that I felt today before coming up on stage. The type of nervous that gets you to start asking yourself existential questions, like, am I too old to go back to school? Am I smart enough? Am I disciplined enough to follow through? However, it gave me comfort to know that I wouldn't be alone. I'd have my family, my friends, my professors, and my fellow students there with me. I'd also realized the actions that elicit the type of fear I was experiencing are often the most important actions for us to seek out and for us to take. For we don't grow stronger despite the battles that we fight, we grow because of them. The first class I enrolled in was Introduction to Business class, a class whose credits will not transfer, and yet a class that would ultimately be most influential to my time here at Front Range. It was there that I was encouraged to join the leadership team of the Chamber Student Network, a student-led community organization whose purpose it is to bring students and local business and government leaders together. But mainly what we offered students were the skills involved in just speaking to people, the essential building blocks in creating relationships. It was during my time in this group that I realized not only the determination and resiliency of our students here, but also the eager willingness with which the Longmont community as a whole sought to support us, and further, how important each of our individual communities can be to our success. Community is special in the way that it seems to violate one of the most basic laws of nature. We're taught that every action has an equal and opposite reaction. What I've experienced, however, is that the energy you invest into helping and supporting those around you, every instance in which you work with others in building something greater than you could have ever done alone, your efforts are so often repaid tenfold. Today we graduate due in no small part to the support of our communities. I ask all of you here today to recognize that fact, not to take away from your immense individual efforts, but in the hope that when the opportunity arises, you will be the community that someone else may rely on. Congratulations, class of 2022. I can say with confidence that not only will we continue to persevere, but we will flourish, and will continue to make our communities proud. Thank you.
Buenas noches a todos. Me siento muy honrada de dar este mensaje esta noche. Admito que escribir este discurso fue más difícil que escribir mi final para la clase de mezquino. Y créanme, nunca hubiera imaginado que habría algo más difícil que eso. Yo soy de Ana Paola García García. Hoy me gradúo con mi asociado en Ciencias Aplicadas en Programación y de la preparatoria este mes. Teníamos solo 14 años cuando tomamos la decisión más importante de nuestras vidas: unirnos a PITEC. En PITEC vimos muchas oportunidades que se nos presentaron a lo largo de los años. Muchos de nosotros somos estudiantes de primera generación que nos graduamos de la preparatoria y continuamos nuestra educación yendo a la universidad. Tener clases universitarias a nivel de preparatoria era muy estresante. Hubo muchas noches en las que mirábamos preguntas durante tanto tiempo que queríamos llorar. Muchos de nosotros lo hicimos. Aunque lloramos, siempre estuvimos juntos. Nos convertimos en una familia. Momentos como estos son los que hacen que PITEC sea importante. Recuerdo que le envié un mensaje de texto a mi amigo diciéndole que quería renunciar, pero sabía que si lo hacía, habría perdido mucho. Todos empujamos hasta el final y mírenos ahora. Hoy nos graduamos con nuestros asociados en Ciencias Aplicadas y enorgullecemos a nuestras familias. Si no fuera por PITEC, no habría conocido a todas las personas excelentes que me han apoyado. No puedo nombrarlos a todos, pero sé que algunos de ustedes podrían relacionarse conmigo cuando digo señora March, Dr. Ed Polak, la doctora Debbie, el señor Land, la señora Sackbeck, la señora King, y no puedo olvidar al señor Jaworski, quien me ayudó con mi ensayo universitario. Continuaré mi educación asistiendo a Boulder para seguir mi carrera en medicina. Hoy me paro frente a ustedes para contarles mis logros. Pero estos logros no hubieran sido posibles sin mis padres. Cruzaron la frontera para que yo pudiera cruzar el escenario esta noche. Sus consejos y apoyo me ayudaron a convertirme en lo que soy hoy y en la persona en la que me convertiré. Esas alas que me dieron por fin serán usadas. Hoy comienza un nuevo capítulo en mi vida. Gracias, mamá y papá. Nuestro viaje no se detiene aquí. Todavía tenemos un largo camino por recorrer. Una cosa que puedo tomar de PITEC es que todo es posible. Estamos comenzando un nuevo capítulo en nuestras vidas. Felicidades, clase de 2022. Well, I was very honored to be invited to be the graduate speaker. I admit that writing this speech was harder than writing my final for Miss King class. And believe me, I would have never imagined that there would be anything harder than that. I am Diana Paola Garcia, and I'm graduating with my AAS in programming. I'm from high school this month. We were only 14 years old when we made the biggest decision of our lives, joining PTEC. In PTEC, we saw many opportunities that were suddenly presented to us. Many of us are first-generation students who are graduating from high school and continuing our education by going to college. Having college classes at the high school level was very stressful. There were many nights where we would look at a question for so long that we wanted to cry. Many of us did. Even though we cried, we were always together. We became a family. Moments like these are what make PTEC important. I remember texting my friends saying I wanted to quit, but I knew if I did, I would have lost so much. We all pushed till the end, and look at us now. Today we graduate with our Associates of Applied Science and make our families proud. If it wasn't for PTEC, I wouldn't have met all the great people who have supported me. I can't name them all, but I know some of you might be able to relate with me when I say Miss March, Dr. Ed Polak, Dr. Debbie, Mr. Lund, Miss Sakovic, Miss King, and I can't forget Mr. Jaworski, who helped me with my college essay. I will continue my education by attending CU Boulder to pursue my career in medicine. Today I stand here to tell you about my achievements, but these achievements would not have been possible without my parents. They crossed the border so I could cross the stage tonight. Your advice and support helped me become who I am today and the person I will become. Those wings that they gave me will finally be used. Today I start a new chapter in my life. Thank you, Mom and Dad. Our journey doesn't stop here. We still have a long way to go. One thing I can take from PTEC is that everything is possible. We are starting a new chapter in our lives. Congratulations, class of 2022.
Hola, buenas tardes. Good evening, everybody. My name is Jennifer Yolanda Diaz-Leon. My pronouns are she, her, ella. And it is an honor to be here this evening as tonight's Community Voice Representative. As I begin to think about what I wanted to share with you all this evening, immediately I thought about sharing the words and advice that I've gotten from one of the greatest mentors that I've ever had. These words and lessons have been there for me and pushed me through the hardest moments of my life, and they've also propelled me to those moments where I felt most successful and wholeheartedly happy, and I hope that they can do the same for you. The first thing I would like to share is that my mentor taught me that in life, the doors of opportunity will open from left and right. But oftentimes, we'll be too afraid to see what's on the other side and take that risk. But in those moments, when we are most outside of our comfort zone, those are the moments where we will gain the most experience and the greatest personal growth. Next is always treat others with respect and treat people kindly. There will be times when people treat you badly, but remember, that says more about them as a person and what they're going through than it does about you. Be true to yourself. Next, listen to your music loudly and dance like nobody is watching. And even if people are looking at you funny, who cares? As long as you're having fun and as long as your heart is happy. Food is a love language. It is, right? I'm ready to get some dinner after this. But food is a love language. If you truly want to show your appreciation to somebody or show them how much you love them, invite them over for dinner, make them a meal. Now, for those of you that are not very good in the kitchen, please revert to any of the other love languages, okay? And most importantly, my mentor taught me that unconditional love will lead you to do wild things. The unconditional love that my mentor had for me pushed her to cross the border from Mexico to the United States, leaving all of her family behind, coming to a place where she didn't know many people, where she didn't know the language fully, where she faced discrimination and racism, but it was all in hopes of being able to provide a better future for me. Now, I didn't mention this earlier, but that also wise mentor that I'm speaking to you about is actually standing across the stage tonight. That's my mother, Gonzalez. Look at you now, Mommy. You did it. Estoy muy orgullosa de ti. And guess what? I still want to be like you when I grow up. The last lesson that I would like to leave you with tonight, that I learned from my mentor, my role model, is that through hard work and perseverance, you can be, do, and achieve anything that you set your mind to. And for all of our graduates tonight, you're able to cross off college graduation. Please join me in congratulating the graduating class of 2022. We are so excited to see the amazing things that you will do. Thank you.
Latina, mujer, madre, hermana, inmigrante, luchadora. I never thought that after so many years, I could add to my list college graduate. My name is Gonzalez, and I'm about to receive my associate degree on applied science and accounting and my bookkeeping certificate. After almost 30 years of working in the same place, I lost my job. thought was, what am I going to do? I used to spend so many hours in front of the TV thinking that I was too old to start all over. Running away from depression, I tried so many ways of fighting, but nothing worked. One day, I saw an ad offering GED classes. I told my daughter I want to try. But later I changed my mind. But she enrolled me anyway. I finished my classes, I got my diploma, and then my daughter told me, Mom, you should go to college. I can see how school is helping you. My reaction? Panic attack. When I was growing up in Mexico, I never had the chance of a higher education. I was the oldest of 5, so I had to quit school to help my parents support my family. But I always thought that if I took the chance, I would succeed. But later, I lost my confidence. I was curious to see if I could do it, so I decided to enroll. The first day, I was ready to quit, but my instructor wouldn't let me. I also was afraid that my age would be a problem. At Front Range Community College, I never felt discriminated against age, gender, or race. I enjoyed every student activity. I made good friends, everybody younger than me. I was awarded with work study that I performed at the Welcome Center. I was a student of the Latinx Excellence Achievement Development, and I participated in the TRIO community. We took advantage of resources like Success Center, tutoring, and writing center. And I loved the lunches with the dean. Someone said that everybody deserves a second chance. And I really believe that I had mine at Front Range. I am so grateful to everybody that helped me in one way or other to fulfill my dreams. My name is Josefa Leon Gonzalez. Latinx, woman, mother, sister, immigrant, fighter, and now I can say, college graduate.
Wow. That was so inspiring. So I wrote a 2-minute speech, but due to inflation, it's going to take 4 or 5 minutes. Bear with me, it's seen at least a 50% increase. If there's one thing I want you to take away from my speech, it's the value of relationships. It's all about building meaningful relationships. My name is Chris McGilvray, business faculty, and this year's Teaching Excellence Award recipient for our Boulder County campus. This recognition, though, is not about me, it's all about student success. And today I represent our great faculty who have demonstrated a commitment to excellence in teaching in pursuit of your success in the face of unprecedented challenges. Graduates, on behalf of myself and my faculty colleagues, I say we are so proud of you. Yes. Yeah. Each of your stories is so inspiring, so powerful. These stories are at the heart of what drives us as educators. Our lives are a reflection of all the myriad of events, experiences, and decisions that have helped shape who we are. I want to share briefly a piece of my story that I'm hoping will give you context as to why I'm so passionate about student success. I was raised by a single parent living paycheck to paycheck. I learned struggle, adversity, sacrifice, work ethic, a deep love for your community early in my life. And since I can remember, I've always had the desire to help those around me. But in order to do so, I first needed to figure out who I was, and I needed to develop a talent or a skill. And that was the driving force towards pursuing education as a foundation. Like many of you here today, I was a first-generation student. I understood the struggles that were associated with being the first in my family to attend college. I didn't know what steps to take. I didn't know who to ask. When I asked my mom for advice, her response was brilliant. Chris, I don't have the answers for you, but I believe in you, and I believe that you can find the answers. Isn't that brilliant? Solid. As a student, the relationships that I built with my peers and teachers played such a large part in my success. That's my narrative. Professionally, the mentorships were so pivotal in developing and preparing me to be a general manager at Target. My community involvement as a manager consequently prepared me to venture out on my own and start a business. The relationships I developed as a business owner led me to begin my journey as an educator. And at each of these different phases in my life, there's been one constant factor in my progression: relationships. Whether your pathway is to enter the workforce, start your own business, advance in your career, or to transfer to a university, I encourage you all to place emphasis on building meaningful relationships with other people. Connect with people who are different than you. Connect with people who think differently than you. And guess what? You're going to gain so much perspective while staying true to who you are. These connections you build will help sustain you as you progress towards achieving your goals. So I've just shared my story. Each of us here have our own compelling story. Many of you here are first-generation college graduates. Many of you are single parents. Many of you battle anxiety and depression. Many of you have been told that you couldn't accomplish what you've accomplished today. All of you have overcome obstacles and adversities in some form. Yet, we celebrate you and your journey. Graduates, you're equipped to make a difference in this world. You're equipped to make a difference in your communities. You're equipped to make a difference in your families. Remember those who have helped you along the way: family, friends, mentors, coaches, teachers. And my parting words for you are, I don't have the answers, but I believe in you. I believe you can find the answers.
Marie Curie is quoted saying, "Life is not easy for any of us, but what of it? We must have perseverance and confidence in ourselves. We must believe that we are gifted for something and that this thing must be attained." Hello, and welcome to today's graduation ceremony. My name is Serena Vargas Vega, and I've had the honor to serve as Front Range's Boulder County Campus's student body president for the past 2 years. When I started at Front Range in August 2017, I was not prepared for the experience that awaited me. I had recently dropped out of Metro State University, and I was struggling with finding the motivation to go back to school. Front Range gave me my second chance. I was able to heal while rediscovering my passion for education and the limitless opportunities it provides for all of us. I was in a safe space where I was able to grow personally and academically, and I truly flourished in my time here. I grew from a student just trying to get by to a leader and advocate for my peers, from someone who just wanted to breeze through life to someone who's going to make an impact in this world. Life has not been easy, but I have persevered because I'm gifted to make a difference and I'm confident I will succeed. Congratulations to the class of 2022. You are what success looks like. At this time, it is my ultimate pleasure to introduce our final voice, President Andy Dorsey.
Okay, we'll see if I can actually do this. A little less than 29 years ago, I found myself standing outside the door of the director of the then Boulder County campus, which was actually in Boulder at the time. I was waiting, I thought, to be interviewed to teach Psychology 101. It was a Friday morning, and that class was supposed to start Monday at 5:30. I had my coat and tie on, I was a little nervous. A couple of days before, my friend Jasmine had called me up in a panic. I'm supposed to teach Psych 101 next week at FRCC Community College, but I got a new job and I can't make it back to Boulder in time. Can I give him your name and number and tell him you'll do it? I had so many questions. One of which was, what's a community college? I didn't know at the time, actually, that my father started his teaching career at a two-year technical college where he taught for 10 years, and my mom started teaching at a two-year branch of the University of Cincinnati. So maybe it was in the cards. I said yes, and that's why I wound up waiting for Mark Boyko that day. He opened the door, I handed him my resume. He looked at me, he looked at the resume, he looked at me again, and he said, "Can you teach another class?" I thought, well, what class? So much for the interview. And he said, human growth and development, it starts Monday at 7, but don't worry, we can get it in the same classroom as Psych 101, so you'll be all set. And by the way, I was hoping you'd say yes, so I have the textbook for that course too. Here you go, here's some ancillary materials. I have a syllabus for Psych 101, but not one for human growth and development, but you look like you can figure it out. So in the off chance that any of you in the audience were actually in one of those two classes, I'm sorry. But in the Boulder County campus, there was a little waiting room where the instructors gathered, and a couple of the veteran instructors took me under their wing, and eventually I figured out how to teach. Fast forward 29 years, and here I am today. I didn't think at the time, 55th graduation from FRCC Community College. I'm retiring in June, so this is the last time I'll preside as a graduation as president. Maybe the last time I'll be at a FRCC graduation, I'm not sure. So I thought really hard about what I wanted to say tonight, and I thought, mostly what I wanted to say was thank you. First, I want to thank Carla and all the folks who put together the voices. A, for doing just an amazing job, and my congratulations to all the speakers tonight. How amazing. But thank you for asking me to be a voice, because I think you probably knew that it would be meaningful to me as I started at this campus. Second, I want to say thank you to all my colleagues, faculty and staff, and all the people on the stage. I think about the reasons I've worked at FRCC for so long. It's because from the very beginning, when there were instructors who mentored me when I had no clue what to do, to people who have helped me solve problems all along the way, and been great friends and colleagues, sometimes people who've had to set me straight. Thank you for creating an amazing work environment. Thank you for being believers in our students. Thank you for being single-minded in your pursuit of student success. In 1989, I sold everything I had and loaded what I had left to Toyota and moved to Colorado not knowing what I wanted to do. And I was really lucky to wind up here. And I feel so blessed to have had the time to share with all of you. But mostly I want to say thank you to the graduates and to all the students who preceded you. We heard these amazing stories of voices tonight, but these stories are not alone. My guess is there's dozens of stories in this room of people who've overcome amazing obstacles, who've done things that they never thought that they could do and are now going to be out and be bigger lights in the community. I wanted to do something in my life that felt like it made a difference. But really what I found was I got surrounded by people who were making the difference. And I was able to just facilitate a little bit of that. You know, Richard Garcia said, every dream begins with a dreamer. You are the dreamers. And as the dreamers, you've helped light a light for me. You've inspired me. You've encouraged me every time I've been in an interminable state budget meeting. I remembered why I was there whenever I would come back to campus and get a chance to meet some of you. So thank you all very much. It's been an amazing and wonderful ride. Hopefully, I've been able to add a little bit to some of your journeys. You've certainly added a tremendous amount to mine. Thank you.
Please join me once again in recognizing the outstanding individuals who just spoke with you and represent the best of Front Range Community College. It is now my privilege to invite Board Member Richard Garcia to read the authorization.
Before I give the authorization, I've got a couple of things I need to say. One is Josefa Pina Gonzalez. You are some example, a great example for the youth, for the kids, for the adolescents, and I hope they listen to you tonight. Señora Josefina, usted es un ejemplo de lo que se puede hacer con ganas. Muchísimas gracias. And I would be remiss if I didn't congratulate our wonderful President, Andy Dorsey, for his career and for his great work that he did to bring Front Range Community College to the place where it's at today. Thank you, Andy. On behalf of the State Board of Trustees for Community Colleges, I want to thank you very much for your wonderful work. So with that, on behalf of the State Board for Community Colleges and Occupational Education, I grant this wonderful individual, President Andy Dorsey, the authority to confer the appropriate degrees and certificates.
I didn't think I was going to cry while I was talking, but I think I might now. So the members of the State Board of Community Colleges and Occupational Education, Front Range Community College Area Advisory Council, families, faculty and staff, friends, and other guests. I am pleased to certify that these students have completed the necessary requirements to receive an associate degree or certificate. And now to the class of 2021-2022. Upon the recommendation of the faculty of the Boulder County campus of Front Range Community College, and by the authority vested in me by the State Board for Colorado Community Colleges and Occupational Education, I confer upon you the degree or certificate you have earned with all its rights and privileges. Congratulations. Graduates, as you come across the stage, I'll meet you right over there, and we'll pose for a picture as I hand you the diploma, and you'll come across, and Dr. Palmer will be there to shake your hand. Some of you in the middle of COVID may not want to shake hands. Feel free to fist bump or just wave, whatever feels comfortable to you. And all this time is for Mario. Marshals, please bring your graduates forward.
Prepare to come forward. You may notice that some of them are wearing stoles or cords of various colors. Graduates wearing blue stoles with gold FRCC, IBM, and Skyline High School logos have successfully completed our P-TECH program. These graduates will be receiving their associate degrees in computer information systems, programming, or web development, even as they are graduating from high school at the same time. They are also wearing IBM cyan and white cords. The cords have cyan strands that represent program experience and unity. The cords have white strands that represent program completion and academic achievement. Graduates who are LEAD scholars are wearing ribbon lays to honor their commitment to becoming the next generation of leaders. The blue represents the color of FRCC, and the green represents the LEADS program. LEADS is the Latino Excellence, Achievement, and Development Series program. Graduates wearing a white stole with the TRIO logo are part of our TRIO Student Support Services program. This program provides a positive environment where these scholars know that their voices, experiences, and dreams will be cultivated and inspired to grow. Graduates who have been inducted into our Phi Theta Kappa Academic Honor Society can wear either the honor stole or cord. The stole is gold satin and features the Greek letters on the left side, signifying a closeness to the heart. The gold tassel features the Greek letters at the top in a separate gold emblem. The double honor cord is made up of one blue cord and one gold cord. These are students who have achieved high academic honors while they have been here. Finally, you might notice that some of our faculty, staff, and students are wearing red, white, and blue cords. These cords signify service to our country in one of the military branches. We are so grateful to each of these veterans for their service and sacrifice. Tonight, the narrator who will introduce our graduates is Carla Stein, Boulder County Campus Dean of Student Affairs. King Robinson, the Associate Degree of Applied Science and Graphic Design, magna cum laude. Maxwell Stevens, Associate of Arts, Associate of Science, Congratulations. Josefa Leon Gonzalez, the Associate Degree of Applied Science and Accounting, cum laude. Audrey Howard, the Associate Degree of Arts and Psychology designation, magna cum laude. Diana Leola Garcia Garcia, the Associate Alex Rodriguez, the Associate Degree of General Studies, summa cum laude. Emily Jarvis, the Associate Degree of Science. Ray Rodemaker, the Associate Degree of General Studies. Kelly Jorgensen, the Certificate in Medical Assistant. Jennifer Love, the Associate Degree of Science, magna cum laude. Angela Luparello, the Certificate in Medical Office Administrative Assistant. Isabella D. Rivera, the Associate Degree of Science. Brenda Esmeralda Rodriguez, the Certificate in Phlebotomy. Alicia Peña, the Certificate in Phlebotomy. Monse Gonzalez Llanes, the Certificate. Jennifer Gonzalez Aviña, the Certificate in Phlebotomy. Anna Marlene Arsenerica Garcia, the Associate Degree of Arts, the Sociology designation, magna cum laude. Maria Guadalupe Pochado Sierra, the Associate Degree of Arts and Psychology designation. Isabel Valentina Cardenas, the Associate Degree of Arts with Business designation, cum laude. Ortiz, the Associate Degree of Arts with Business designation, summa cum laude. Valeria Guerrero, the Certificate in Medical Assistant. Patricia Melendez, the Certificate in Medical Assistant. Anaí Maria Gutierrez, the Certificate in Medical Assistant. Guadalupe Flores Associate Degree of Applied Science in Medical Assistant. Vicki Liz Granger, the Associate Degree of Operations. Taylor Marie Kiernan, the Associate Degree of Arts, cum laude. Celia Harmon, the Associate Degree of Arts with Early Childhood Teacher Education designation, summa cum laude. Latoya Cheatham, the Certificate in Phlebotomy. Yesenia Italy Garcia Maltos, the Associate Brittany D. Spoomer, the Associate Degree of General Studies. Spoomer. Jessica Perez, General Studies. Julia Christine J. Arts in English. Sarah Michelle Lee, the Associate Degree of Arts, magna cum laude. Susan Catherine Small, the Certificate in Geographic Information Systems. Brianna Andrews, the Associate Degree of Applied Science in Web Design. Brian Guadalupe Lara, the Certificate in Teaching English to Speakers of Other Languages. Noah Chavez, the Associate Degree of Applied Science in Computer Information Systems, magna cum laude. Sarah Smith, the Associate Degree of Arts, cum laude. John Copeland, the Certificate in Foundations of Geographic Information Systems. Tammy Schaefer, the Associate Degree of Applied Science in Chemistry, magna cum laude. Maria del Carmen Resendez Pereira, the Certificate in Bookkeeping. Nicole Evelyn Soto Ramirez, the Associate Degree of Arts, the Psychology designation, magna cum laude. Jessica Morales, the Associate Degree of Arts with Business designation, magna cum laude. Maria Solis Zamora, the Associate Degree of Arts with Business designation, cum laude. Yesenia Anaí Solis Zamora, the Associate Degree of Arts, cum laude. Amanda Crystal Perryman, the Associate Degree of General Studies, magna cum laude. Marlene Cabrera, the Associate Degree of Arts with Psychology designation. Henry Jacob Dunn, the Associate Degree of Summa cum laude. Adina Chaktai, the Associate Degree of Science and Biology designation, cum laude. Lauren Jean Tab, the Associate Degree of Arts, magna cum laude. Sydney Welch, the Associate Degree of Arts, magna cum laude. Danica Farley, the Associate Degree of Arts, magna Jeanette Gonzalez. Nicholas Gonzalez. Jorge Melgoza. Annika Lynn Frinberg, the Associate Degree of Science, summa cum laude. Scarlett Leos, the Certificate in Medical Office Administrative Assistant. Elizabeth Quiros, the Associate Degree of Arts, Designation. Diana Gonzalez, Michelle Clara McAvaney, the Associate Degree of Applied Science in Graphic Design. Kim F. Elderbrook, the Associate Degree of Applied Science. Diana Marga Swanson, the Certificate in Teaching English to Speakers of Other Languages Abroad. Delphin Paul Terrell, Associate Degree of Applied Science in Video Production and Editing. Evelyn Jeanette Lopez, Sarah Agustina Lopez, Associate Degree of Applied Science and Computer Information Systems. Daniel Quiroz Mosquera, Associate Degree of Applied Science. Cecilia Jimenez Borrega, Associate Degree of Applied Science. Alaí Sarmiento Garcia. Jose Manuel Ibarra Hernandez. Timothy Stanford. Applied Science and Computer Information Systems, cum laude. Calvin Tran, the Associate Degree of Applied Science and Mental Developer, magna cum laude. Arvind Singh Shahi. Holden Alexander Matthews, Associate Degree of Applied Science and Programming.
Associate Degree in Applied Science and Web Development. Silas Valerio Science, Associate Degree in Applied Science and Computer Information Systems. Gerardo Fernandez, the Associate Degree in Applied Science. Congratulations, graduates. President Dorsey, it's been an honor to share the stage with you.
So, would you give me one more round of applause for Carla Stein because she's retiring this year. Very distinguished career in student affairs, including 10 years at the Boulder County campus. Thank you so much, Martha. Graduates, would you stand, please? As a symbol of completing your academic requirements at Front Range Community College, you may now move your tassel from the right to the left. Please be seated.
As we close out the ceremony, I want to take the opportunity to acknowledge the role that family and friends and loved ones have played in supporting our graduates in achieving their goals. Graduates, please rise and look for your families, friends, and other supporters. Please be seated. There are other special groups and people to thank as well. I would like to thank the Skyline High School Mariachi Band for their performance before the ceremony. I would also like to thank Heidi Ringer, principal of Skyline High School, and the staff of the Vance Grant Auditorium for hosting our ceremony this evening. We also thank the St. Vrain Valley School District for their support and partnership. Thank you. Thanks also goes to our Commencement Committee. Preparing for commencement is a year-long process, and I am so thankful to the group of people who worked very hard to put this ceremony together, especially Carla Stein and Keziah Grenda. Finally, I would like to recognize three very special individuals who have made a huge difference to FRCC. This will be their last graduation ceremony of our community as community members. Jean Runyon, please rise. When I think of Dr. Jean Runyon, I think of graciousness, I think of joy, I think of kindness and brilliance. Thank you for your service to the Larimer County campus for these 7 years. Stein, will you please stand? Carla is regarded as one of the most caring, supportive, authentic people on our campus. She is an advocate for everyone who needs her. Thank you, Carla, for your 10 years of service to Front Range Community College. We can't forget Andy Dorsey. Please rise. Andy is transformative. He is thoughtful, he's genuine, and he is so kind. Thank you to all of these individuals as they move on to their next wonderful adventure. At this time, I would ask that you remain seated until our recessional is completed. Following the recessional, we invite you to join us for a reception in the common area outside the auditorium, hosted by the Boulder County campus, professors, and staff. Thank you for joining us tonight and honoring our Front Range Community College